Today, we are going to make a healthy alternative to a latte. We're going to start first with our tea ingredients. Breaking it down with Spring Dragon tea. We're going to go ahead and start with our spring water here. Add in a couple quarts. I'm going to take a bag of Spring Dragon. I don't like to use the tea bag, so I just dump it all the way in, just like that. Then some Romania. Do about, depending on how strong you want it, I do like about a tablespoon. Some Chaga mushroom. This is wild and cultivated Chaga mushroom. Do about a tablespoon. Then some astragalus. This is powdered astragalus. About another tablespoon, and nettle. Good tablespoon of that. Turn it up to a high heat. Let it boil. You want to at least let it simmer for about 5 minutes. Once we have our tea steeped for about 5, 10, half hour, you want to do it for at least 5 minutes, and strain it through a strainer like so. So you can see I just dumped the tea in a bowl here and have this strainer to strain out the bulk herb. So you're going to take the hot tea, dump it in first, and you want to add your kind of a creamer base. I like to put in a little bit of protein powder, a little pea protein, half tablespoon. Couple tablespoons of the tocotrinos, rice tocotrinos, and then I've got some black maca here that kind of mimic the espresso flavor. We're going to do a whole tablespoon of that. Probably want to just start with a teaspoon, work your way up from there. And then you're going to add your herbal component, and your main herbal component is going to be, I've just got chaga and cordyceps here, but I would also do reishi. Reishi is another awesome one that you definitely want to put in, kind of a mocha mimic. So we're just going to take the capsules, open them up and put them in. And then I also like to do faux tea. That works really well with the chocolate. So we're going to do about a teaspoon of that. And then I also like to put in a little bit of spice. I like to add a little bit of cinnamon, give it a little bit of more of a background flavor, just like a quarter teaspoon of that. And then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of the raw cacao powder. And again, this is probably about a 12-ounce starter size. You're going to end up with about 16 ounces after that. And then to kind of round out to kind of balance the herbs and everything else, that some of the more can kind of be stimulating herbs, I like to use the Health Force Earth. That kind of rounds it out. Really helps to round out the chocolate if you get too high on chocolate or the other herbs. And then for the vanilla flavor, I really like these medicine flower vanilla cold pressed extracts. Did about 5-10 drops of those. Those will go a really long way. You have to be careful with some of those because they're really powerful. And then for the sugar element, you can do a stevia extract. Do about a half squirt of those. Or I always like to use honey, so I'm going to do about a tablespoon of honey or so. Going a little big. The other component to make it the creamiest, to give it more of the creamy texture, I'm going to do a tablespoon of ghee. Then we're going to throw a lid on and blend. So we just blended that for about a half hour or so. You just want to get it creamy. And you can look at that, you can kind of see the frothiness. You get a really yummy froth, as you can see right there. So we poured it in, got it in the cup. Oh, that's delicious.